Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the Day of the Crypto News and Analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Xinfin, aka XDC. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I always do greatly appreciate it. Also, if you guys do find any information in this video valuable, useful, interesting, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on as well. I do greatly appreciate that as well. Now, I have been talking to you guys a lot about Bitcoin, XRP, and stuff like that. If you guys watch my other videos, if you guys don't, no worries. I could kind of reiterate a little bit of what I've been saying. So with Bitcoin, I'm still expecting 37K to be tested. If we don't get there, say for so, we have this lower high, right? Or this higher low, I mean, sorry. And we pretty much hold this level, and we kind of just continue up to around possibly 53K. We break that. That's going to be very bullish. But if we kind of range on, test 37K, swoop the lows, that will be pretty fun to watch in terms of some buy orders being targeted and pretty much getting in on one last major buy opportunity, if you will. But it will also allow for Bitcoin to kind of range even further into 2022, pushing the bull run even further. I know that that might not be exciting for a lot of people, but it will allow for a lot bigger of a overall bull run. So that's what I'm watching currently. I'm watching a lot of levels on Bitcoin. I do believe that this week will be very volatile, but I am also watching XDC closely. There's a lot of things I want to talk to you guys a little bit about with Xinfin. Obviously, this is a major giant. This is a huge asset. I've been talking to you guys about this asset for a very long time now. I've been kind of focused on Xinfin in general as an overall project, but overall in a network aspect too, talking specifically about the use cases behind it and really what they are kind of focused on. I do believe that XDC is an absolute giant in the making, and I think that it's comparable to XRP overall. I kind of always compared this to XRP because I do believe that this does have a lot of potential behind it in terms of a massive run. And we're actually going to be discussing that here shortly in a second. But I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about some levels that we can kind of retest. Specifically, if we go back a little bit on the 1 month span, it's around this point down here at about 8 cents exact. But I'm going to talk to you guys about why that's a key point to really kind of watch for. But also on the 3 month span, you can really kind of see that level being a nice little demand zone. This specifically down here is the big key, but focus on this deep drop back here into the 14th of December. I know that this was around 7 cents, and a lot of people might be, getting a little bit, confused here. I'm going to be addressing this later on in the video in the chart, so kind of stay tuned to that if you guys want to. But overall, this is why I kind of compare XRP to XDC and XDC to XRP in a sense, because when we're talking about XRP, we know XRP is an incredible asset. In fact, it hasn't even broken its its old all-time high to go to a new all-time high currently in like 5 years. It's been crazy. But we do know that XRP went to $3.85 in the bull market with very little going on with XRP and Coinbase rumors. This is also why I'm very bullish on XRP, as you guys are probably all aware of by now as well, because there's a lot of stuff going on with XRP. Now, XDC can go way past this run because we have 4 times the less supply, but also R3, Trade Tech, DNI initiative, TFD initiative, and being the only coin utilized in trade finance. Tip of the iceberg. Now, I do completely agree with this. When we're talking about what Xinfin is actually doing, first off, let's actually just address the chart real quick. So, real quick, for those who do not hold XDC, or maybe for those who do hold XDC, maybe you want to buy more, this is a nice demand zone that we're at, this nice little supply point. This is also a lot of support, as you guys are probably all aware of. I said around 8.5 cents almost is a perfect point to really kind of look at, specifically as an overall support zone. But if this breaks, we will test down into my other demand zone. This is my demand zone overall, where I personally want to see Xinfin go to, which would be almost 7.5 cents to almost 6 cents exact. That's pretty much what I'm watching for currently. That is where I'm, really kind of focused on, specifically from an overall buyer's perspective, but also just pay attention to what Xinfin in general is also building out. Because although, yes, we had a little bit of a nice, run in 2021, we went all the way up to like, 20 cents almost. That is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. I've always said buying Xinfin at around the centile range is almost like buying XRP at the centile range, knowing it's going to $3 plus. Xinfin's overall development has not stopped. In fact, I talked to you guys about this the other day. Xinfin's XDC hybrid blockchain platform gets boost from Propine's on-chain custody services. Now, this is something that's very interesting because they are talking about the trade finance tokenization. In fact, they're talking about how this can pretty much boost and boast the NFT market, but also really kind of focused on tokenized digital assets in general for, a lot of things, including institutional demand for greater security, ease of use, and compliance. We are constantly challenging ourselves to improve our infrastructure that is able to bridge the gap between different blockchain ecosystems while enabling clients to benefit from our blockchain agnostic custody services. Now, the funny thing about this is this brings me back to this. So, this goes back to December 24th. Swift announces plans to enter the tokenized asset market. Now, we know that Swift is moving in on this, and we know that, they're actually looking at this as being, this is actually wrong. This is saying 24 billion. It's actually $24 trillion that they see this being worth by 2027. So this is actually pretty wrong. But overall, when we're talking about this, Swift in general as a massive company is probably one of the most legitimate names within the fintech zone. But we know that they need to revolutionize their payment rails. They're extremely ancient, they're outdated, and they're not working efficiently. The thing about tokenization is that they're going to accept digital, assets in general. They might even, start to utilize a ledger technology. The reason why I bring this up is because tokenization is continuing to grow and grow and grow in demand. This is why I think that XDC or Xinfin as a network is actually perfectly positioned to disrupt the trade finance market, which we do know is a $15 trillion market. Let's actually talk about that real quick, though. So XDC Network, TFDI, Trade Tech, speculation. We may see another non-bank, originator making headlines with Xinfin. Before a major bank announces, consider Income Lend, Seabridge, TFX, and Sten Intel. Pretty much no banks like HSBC and Barclays do run money through these companies. And we actually see here from TFD Initiative, which we know, Xinfin is pretty much well involved with. Here's some non-bank originators: Accelerated Payments, Income Lend, and Seabridge TFX. And of course, we do see Sten down here. Now, the best part about this is Sten, here we have it, is based in London, provides financing services in 74 countries, and is backed by financial giants like HSBC, Barclays, Natixis, I hope that I said that right, and many others. $4 billion in invoices financed, 74 countries they're already in terms of buyers and suppliers. This is fairly large, okay? And then, of course, we do see Seabridge as well. Seabridge is fairly large in terms of what they're really kind of offering for their overall, pretty much use cases. A lot of this is massive money, okay? These are huge amounts of money. And of course, we do see from Income Lend, unlock your trade power worldwide. And we actually have this website opened. So in terms of Income Lend, we do see we provide invoice financing solutions for companies worldwide. You can pretty much read all about their story. But the best part about this is that, we have financed more than $500 million in trades in over 50 countries worldwide. So this is fairly large as well as a company overall. And again, when we're talking about XDC, when we're talking about them kind of working with them, it will not surprise me at all coming from the TFD initiative, which we know, like I said, they're fully focused on in terms of this. We do see here, if you're an XDC holder, you may want to tune into this episode, Income Lend on TFDI podcast, which if you guys do want to go check this out, go check out CryptoKJ2 on Twitter. He has a lot of stuff on XDC in general for you guys to learn a lot more. But overall, this is huge, okay? And HSBC, by the way, as a bank, is extremely huge. We actually connected the dots with HSBC with even Q&T. That's going back months now. But we see that they serve more than 40 million customers through our global businesses. Wealth and personal banking, commercial banking, global banking, and markets. Our network covers 64 countries and territories in Europe, Asia, and Middle East, and Africa, North America, and Latin America. And of course, we do see here that they're held around 194,000 shareholders and are also in 130 countries and territories. This is absolutely crazy. And of course, Trade Tech themselves also is absolutely huge. Okay, a lot of these companies, first off, with HSBC, The real connection here is also this as well. HSBC USA expands sustainable finance offering with sustainability-linked loans for commercial banking clients. They're really kind of focused on a lot of things within the tokenization scene as well. They're also focused on a lot of stuff with, crypto assets and stuff. But this I thought was very interesting in general for, really kind of giving you guys a background behind them, because we even see here, HSBC expects to provide between $750 billion and $1 trillion in financing and investment to enable its clients' net zero transition between 2020 and 2030, which by that point, they definitely will be utilizing some sort of crypto technology to achieve that, in my mind. Of course, you guys are more than welcome to scold me if you guys don't believe that, but of course I do believe that in general that they will be utilizing crypto technology for that. But this goes back to June, by the way, just so you guys know. But also trade tech, right? So trade tech is massive. We do see trade tech bridges the technology gap in the $15 trillion trade finance market. 1.5 billion process volume, 30,000 plus invoices financed, 5,000 plus corporates fund it. Like, trade tech is huge, which we already know has a direct partnership with the TFD initiative, ITFA, Microsoft as well, IBM, Singapore. And of course, when we're talking about trade tech, I mean, like these companies, all right? So when we're talking about scale, okay, like you guys could read about trade tech, they were founded in 2016, working with banks and stuff like that. Their mission, their leadership, you can read all about these companies. The best part about it is that people will read stuff like this. Like, they'll see trade tech as a company, they'll see what they're focused on in terms of a $15 trillion trade finance market, 1.5 billion in volume, all that kind of stuff, right? And then they'll see something like this, where trade tech partners with Xinfin in first trade finance NFT transaction. It went well, it was incredible. They already said that the collaboration was great, blah, blah, blah. And also, this is between Xinfin, trade tech, and accelerated payments, just so you guys know. Like I said, when we're connecting the dots back to this, a lot of these TFD initiative companies are already kind of working together anyways. But the best part about this is people will look at this and see the value and not invest into XDC. Even though Xinfin is clearly pulling the strings behind the scenes. It's such a massive giant. I cannot express that to you guys any other way. This is such a huge asset, especially at scale. But overall, with all of that in mind, okay, I believe that Xinfin is easily, and I say this with a very light tone, but it's an easily $1.50 to $3 asset. And even that is FUD when we're talking about the long-term viewpoints of Xinfin and where it could really go once it is utilized properly. I mean, we're talking about some hundreds of dollars. It's crazy. But overall, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.